known as the NICU. Overnight, a family can find themselves and their newborn baby in a critical situation. The Mila Foundation financially and spiritually assists families in need. If you would like to volunteer or become a monthly sponsor, please visit us at www.themilafoundation.org. Again, that's www.themilafoundation.org, because every life matters.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Cindy Cochran Show. Good afternoon. It's 2 o'clock, or maybe a little after. Sometimes we kind of do 2-ish when we do the show. But I'm here with Richard Chischler, and my guest today is a musician, and we talked about yesterday. But I was looking to see a musician that was probably closer to my age. Like somebody from the Rolling Stones or something that was close. But you have a mature, really your mature sound. I just heard just like a snippet of it, and so I really didn't know who to expect. But it's got this fine, good-looking cowboy right here with us, and he's going to put on his best twang for you today. But as long as you talk slow enough, everybody in Texas will understand you. It's just slow it down. But East Texas has a really, really fast pace when they talk, and sometimes it's harder to understand them. So, Roland, well, your name is Roland Williams, right? Okay, but you go by.
Roland Williams. Roland is my middle name.
Okay.
Last name is Williams, so Roland Williams.
Roland Williams. Okay,
Yeah.
So you go by Roland, and you have. Did you tell me when I came in that that you had another name? Are you?
My first name is Nick.
Oh, Nick. Okay.
Nick Roland Williams.
Nick Roland Williams.
Yeah.
That kind of just rolls right off the tongue. Nick Roland Williams.
Yeah.
Well, and you have been singing for a long time, since you were 10. Yeah. You've been singing, and so you got it right by now. And so you've been playing though professionally 5 years.
Since I was actually 18, I released my first album, and it was with a metal band. And it's
with a metal band
called A Ghost. The album's still available on iTunes, but since then I haven't released anything until right here on November 27th. They have my first single coming out.
Oh my goodness!
So
now, who you signed with?
Nobody. I'm independent.
Nobody. Oh, you're independent.
Yes, ma'am.
That's so funny because probably even saying that was just dated me. Saying, and so who are you signed with? Because there's so many times now. The way that the technology is, the way that social media is, you can sell yourself and make your own videos and all that, and not need anybody. And if you're good, because I see so many artists that are sitting in the front seat of their car, and they're singing their song, and they'll say, and if you like that more, be sure and go to my website and stuff and buy it. So now, are you on social media a lot?
Not a lot, but just like I said, just starting to get out there. My single, The Crows, is going to be available after November 27th.
Can you push the mic a little bit closer?
Yeah, on November 27th, on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube Music, and etc. It's going to be available after November 27th.
Okay, so November's your month, and this is it.
Right.
So you're
after that, an album will be coming out.
Now, who books you? You?
Yes.
You book yourself?
Yeah.
So do you go to the different venues and say, here's what I do, and
correct,
and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I just show them, a demo if they want to hear something beforehand. This Monday I'll be playing at the Mucky Duck in Houston. Just kind of, like I said, just
okay, can you repeat that name again?
The Mucky Duck. I think it's like Magoyles or something. It's called the Mucky Duck. The Mucky
Mucky
Duck
Duck?
in Houston.
Mucky
Yeah,
Duck.
the Mucky Duck. It's inside the loop.
Okay, it's got to be inside the loop to have that name.
It's like an Irish sort of themed pub, but
Oh,
they have
it's like a pub.
yeah,
real
they
pub?
have they're a really live open mic on Monday nights. It's an open mic, but a lot of regulars come through. But yeah, the Mucky Duck, you can find.
Do
it
you
on
do
Google.
the open mic at a lot of places, or did you
Not
start
as much
out doing-
anymore. I started out doing some of that, and I played at the Corner Pub here in Conroe, but not as much, right now because I'm back in the studio just trying to finish the album. So
Now, what studio are you using? Your own?
in my house, and then also like the single you're about to hear was recorded in Pittsburgh, so I just have some connections. Like I know a guy in Pittsburgh who has a great studio. His name's Matt Very. His studio's name's Very Tight Recordings, and we made a good track there. So like I have some friends in California too. So it just depends on where I can get in and make the best sound for it.
Now, I want to know how much are they today? Are they charging for an hour if you go into a studio like in California?
Shoot, so by the hour, like I mean, maybe $250 an hour.
Really?
If you're just walking in or something like that. But I mean, like I said, I have a friend of mine that was recording that and things like this. So I'm not really sort of just a walk-in price, but if you were just to walk in, maybe something like that, $250. When it comes to mixing and mastering afterwards as well, and then. But a lot of those studios are sort of, they're geared towards the consumer sort of release. So like you have a little song, and they'll play it, and they'll spend this much time on it. But if you're a serious artist and you're trying to get your stuff the best that it can be, you sort of need to talk to the person ahead of time, and maybe work something out. You know what I mean? Just because you need some time. I think you need some time in a studio. So they actually care about making it happen.
Right. And you always want the guy that's going to be doing the guy that's sitting behind the other side of the glass. You want them to be musicians and
Right.
and have worked hard to get through this music scene because they understand, and they're going to be a lot more patient with you, and they're not going to talk
Right.
to you like, okay, I think that's good enough for jazz. So let's go on to the next thing, and because that's everything, because you go in there and it's usually very nerve wracking because you're trying to beat the clock on the money. I remember being in a studio and people would come in and they would try and sing. Said let's try and make that faster so I can get out of here quicker
Right.
because I can't afford what y'all are charging because
Yeah.
it used to be. It could be as much as $7.50 an hour. It was ridiculous how much money.
Yeah, and
that
at the
you
same time,
charge.
make sure that you're comfortable, and if you don't like it, because you're paying for it, if you
Exactly.
don't like it, make them, adjust to what you're doing, because a lot of times they'll just try to run you through, and
Right, because they don't, they want to go to lunch and they want
they want to make money.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's about money. No, Nothing
No, I
wrong with
think that I just remember studios smelling like old hamburgers that they had onions on, and then everybody at that time was drinking cough medicine to get high, and I think and I come there and go like, these guys are sick all the time. They've got this kind of cough medicine, Robitussin. They got this, and it just smells so, I said, I don't think that's what they're drinking it for, Cindy. I said, they're drinking it? And I said, yeah, it's not by the spoonful. I think they're just going, they're chug-a-lugging. So don't say anything, though. Don't say. I said, okay.
Yeah.
But so much has changed in that, and how you can actually a lot of freedom in the sense that you can promote yourself, and you're not trying to go up against any big record label or anything like that.
Yeah.
And all the rules and regulations they had, and like you couldn't make money for a while, if you signed with somebody because they
Right.
wanted to get their expenses back.
Right.
And they never usually put that in the contract or discuss that with an artist because the artist's so excited about signing a paper and I
Yeah.
can say I'm signed. And
Right.
so it's like a different world. But we're going to hear your new song. This is coming out. Now, how many songs you have that are published now?
Yeah, this is going to be the first one to be released on November 27th, and then the album doesn't have a release date after that, but there will be 5 tracks.
But you're going back in
including that one.
back in the studio to build the album?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Some of them are partially recorded, so I'm in the middle of working on that now, and they pretty much take shape pretty quickly. So
Yeah.
probably before the end of the year. And you can go to Roland W. Singer at the Instagram and find me for release dates and stuff like that. But yeah.
Okay, good. Well, we're going to get to hear it. And I'm going to put on my headset. This may take a second. Okay. Oh, you turn this in. Okay, that was kind of tricky. Thank you, Richard. Wait, is that right? Is that right? No, that's still not right. Well, why isn't it right? Wait, okay, now it's right. Okay. See, figured it out. Now you know how to, okay. All right, so now I'm going to be able to hear it now.
Steady as she go, fly straight with the crows over my head, looking right through my soul. I think it's the same one I seen a while ago, but it's hard for me to tell. Wait till the sun's through getting down, brighten up the stars so we can get around. But keep your eyes peeled, enemies high, ready on the trigger, waiting till it's time. holds up. I guess you forget we never had long to pick what we am up with. Just hope it's enough to get where I wanna go, but it's hard for me to tell. A restless soul. Apart from the one I know all too well. Give it time.
Wow. Roland. Oh my word. You know what I feel like? I feel I'm like at American's Got Talent. And that you're sitting there and the person comes out and he says, "What's your name?" He said, "Roland Williamson." And says, "Okay, what are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to do original." And they all kind of look at the other person. Like, okay, we'll go right ahead and start. And you start singing. That's the most unique voice I don't think I've heard that style before. I mean, that was like, and that's what I was so shocked. I went like, good grief. And that's why I thought you were going to be like my age. You were going to have older, like you've been drinking all your life and you just got off the farm and you yell at everybody and all that. And so it was really unique. So that's gonna be fun to watch the crowd. I mean, do you get that kind of reaction when you start singing?
A little bit.
Do you notice?
I mean, people are usually just excited. I mean, they usually like it a lot. So yeah.
Oh dear, Roland, did you call me? I told you not to call me while I'm working. Yeah, it's my phone. I forgot. I'm sorry. It's my fault. And you know who it was? It was the lawn guy. He's probably trying to come mow my lawn and
open the gate or something, huh?
Yeah. He's so sweet. He tells me like, "I'm on my way. I'll be there in a minute," and all that. And so he just doesn't understand the radio business, so it's okay. Anyway, but that's cool. And what do they come up and say to you? What's kind of reaction that you get?
I mean, I get some people like, you say you remind me of Johnny Cash and things like that, which is extremely flattering.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I just think that.
But that's even more stylized than him. I think that's what I mean. It's going to be different in your, like the pacing of the words and things like that. But
that's cool.
But you said what you told me earlier that you really like the old-fashioned country western because of the telling the story, and that there's a point to it, and it's not just you're smoother than Jack Daniels or something.
Yeah, I mean, it felt genuine back then. Like they were talking about their real life, and maybe we all embellish a little bit, but it just seemed to me more on the right track, and then just given what we're sort of given on the radio these days. I'm not a big fan of the current country western or country music, sort of pop countries sort of deal. And just in general, I think if you're bringing something new, you you should just do something new if you're gonna be picking up a guitar, you know.
Sure. Yeah, of course. Of course. And then coming up with something new, do you find, I don't know how much you've been with the guys that are actually playing the songs and who's going to decide what's played and all that. I don't know how much interaction you've had with those guys. But do they say that you got any feedback from them telling you that this is contemporary, this is, they try and put you in a category.
Right.
And it's very difficult if they have somebody that sings like that, because that is a totally different sound than you hear from, any of the pop. I mean, the pop are the ones that are singing country now. Well, do you call it country western, or do you have another name for it?
It's listed under country, so like when it's released on Spotify, like you can find it on probably most of the country playlists.
Okay.
Country or like male solo artists or something like this is sort of what it's categorized as.
Oh yeah, well that would be, man, that makes sense.
Right, but I mean, to be honest with you, no, I haven't gotten much feedback just because I'm like breaking into it right now. I'm sort of just starting.
Well, that's
back
true.
Out, this is my first release in
and
a
so
long time.
you got it here on the Cindy Cochran show.
That's right. You're debuting it right here.
Debuting it right here.
That's right.
I got the exclusive. So if you start going around, are you going to make the rounds? You start a tour? What kind of?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I can
happen?
handle. Like I said, I'm still working, full time as a journeyman plumber. But I'm kind of trying to make that transition.
You just call the venues and say, look, and if you don't have room for me right now, but if you need some plumbing done, I can be there, and then I can get up and sing the third one. And because we were just talking about that, and that's like a whole different subject matter. I don't want to get away from your song.
Sure.
Tell me the title of the song again.
The Crows.
The what?
The Crows.
The Crows.
Yeah.
CROWS?
Yes, ma'am.
The Crows.
Yeah,
that is so interesting.
Yeah.
Now, because it's dark, it sounds really dark, and some of the lyrics, like the first line. Tell me the first line again.
High tide pulled me under, down into the abyss. There ain't no use treading water. I'm going down with the ship.
That's very dark. It's kind of Titanic-y.
Right.
That's. Well, now, where does the crows come in? I mean, what is the?
Then it goes.
Pick your body or
with
what?
the gold to the bottom, because there's nothing worth a damn floats. Up there chasing the wind, you think they'd already know. And then it says, steady as she goes, fly straight with the crows. Over my head, looking right through my soul.
That's very good, very deep. My goodness, what inspired you with that?
I mean,
Were you at Galveston sometime and got cut on an undertow or something?
No, I mean, I've just been working at this for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. So
That's
there's notebooks
good.
and notebooks full of things that I've been trying to sort of piece together and things like that. So
Well,
it's been doing it a
you've
long
certainly
time.
gone outside the box with that one. That's no one
Appreciate
else has those lyrics.
That's cool. I
That's
appreciate
different.
that. That's what I'm looking for.
So that's going to be good. And it's going to be interesting. Now, what's your next big venue, or the biggest venue that you've got coming up?
Really the Mucky Duck in Houston on Monday. So y'all can Google the Mucky Duck. There's a pretty live open mic on Mondays. I'm gonna be signing up for, but like I said, I'm my own booking agent, things like this. So I'm sort of lining them up right now.
So
anybody in the Conroe area that wants to contact me and give me a call or contact me through social media.
Do you have a website that?
Instagram is a good place to get a hold of me. I mean, there's not a lot of content right now. Like I said, I'm just starting out, but Roland W. Singer on Instagram. You can contact me and DM me for for booking and anything like that.
And can they listen to some of your stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I have preliminary tracks, like mixed tracks that I can send them if they want to hear more than just a single. But like I said, I'm in the studio right now, so they're not really released.
Now, are you videotaping here? You have some way of covering you in the studio and
a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
because all that stuff is people love to see that, like
Yeah,
you in
right.
and arguing with the guy that's supposed to be doing the
Yeah.
audio sound, the sound guy, and then figuring out, like this lyric isn't working. I've got to let me think of something else and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So it's fun. It's so much fun. It'll be the most fun times of your life because once you start performing live and all that, then it's like taking your baby and now I've got to let it run in the muck of the
Yeah.
public and I don't know what I'm going to get back.
There-
Because my
yeah.
grandma likes me and my mom likes me and my wife thinks I'm great.
I
And
know
I'm
what
just
you-
doing
yeah.
it. See if
I know what you mean, and there's really nothing funner than playing my music live.
Yeah.
I mean, I love doing it. So yeah.
yeah, that's great. I mean, because you've got to have that and not be able to be affected too much by
No.
other people. You just stay your own lane. That's good.
Yeah.
And that's good because you imagine all the people you're going to be able to touch and
I hope so.
and now are you wearing a T-shirt that talks about your plumbing or anything to advertise that? No? Okay. I was just thought maybe it's on the back of the shirt to help give you double,
Yeah, I don't know
exposure.
my own company or anything, so yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna advertise for who I work for. So
Well, okay. Now, what do you call yourself? A plumber? What category?
journeyman,
Journeyman. You're
right?
You're like just being, assisting the.
No, so that'd be like an apprentice. So like I'm a state licensed, so I have a license.
So
by
you
the
do
state
have
of
the
Texas.
license,
Yes,
okay.
Yes, so I'm a licensed journeyman plumber. So meaning I can work, on plumbing fixtures and things like that for the public. So I can, I'm state licensed to install plumbing systems for the public.
You can. You
Right,
can.
right, yeah.
Oh, how much fun! You have to, like, you go in. They say, okay, I just sat on my toilet and it just it fell back a little bit and it kind
Yeah.
of just cracked and broke.
Right,
I don't understand what to do now.
right, yeah.
Okay, what do I do now? No, because that's what I did.
Well,
And
I did
believe
start
me-
out as a service plumber, so I'm like more doing commercial right now. But as a service plumber, I'd say you should check those flange bolts,
Yes.
and see if those flange bolts are secure. And if they're not secure, you may have broken the flange. Yeah, but-
I know exactly what you're talking about
Yeah.
now because the water started going everywhere,
Yeah.
and my son came over, his friend who's fixed comes over, and they go like, oh my word! So they're trying to get the water out first, to back
Okay.
that out, and then they said, okay, now this is what you've got to be careful with in those what you're talking about underneath it.
yeah.
That's connecting the lid.
Uh-huh.
He said you got to be careful and be gentle with flopping down because that's what you did. And I went, no, I did kind of slip a little bit and it just broke. And he said, well, I wouldn't tell anybody because that's pretty embarrassing. And I went, okay, I won't. I'll just go on the radio and talk about it
Yeah.
and get what you think you would do.
Right.
But anyway, do people like now when you go to a party and they find out you're a plumber? Do they start telling you all their problems in their house? And
Yeah, pretty much. If your neighbors find out you're a plumber, they're gonna be talking to you.
Oh my word! But they really are the surge of what you're doing has really come to being because they're saying that's where you're going to make your money. You don't need to go
Yeah.
to college. You need to go to a plumber school and work through the process like you're doing, the assistant and all that, and then you will find out you're going to be making more money and have more security in what you're doing
Right.
than what you think they're going to be doing it. And but what's good about what your love is, your heart is that you control all that. You can control if you change something or you write something about somebody or you end up writing songs about little kids and put their names in it and then sell it to the parents. And so there's so many avenues you could. He's going. You should see the look on his face. Oh, I guess you do, but like, what do you mean? I'm saying is if like when you get to be 70, and you're still wanting to play and make money at it, then you got to come up with some, inventive ideas of how you're gonna do it. Because then because AI will take over all your. Oh, I don't want to tell you about that. No, now that AI is like making people sound like they say, just sing a little bit, and I'll write
Right.
this song, and you'll be singing it.
The
Or-
AI is very interesting.
I know.
I mean, I mean, I'm glad you brought it up. You know, it's like, you know, but what would you type into the AI to say, hey, to hear my song? You know, you can type anything into the AI, make a song about this, blah, blah, in the style of blah, blah, blah. But what would you type into the AI to hear my song? You know what I mean?
There's not anything there
There
right
you
now,
go.
and that's
That's the point.
Yeah,
You know, make
yeah.
something new, you know?
right.
So, yeah.
And it isn't
what I'm trying to
from
do.
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what.
It has it now. AI has it now, so it's going to learn from me. But
Yeah,
that's
and
the whole point. We need to teach the computers. The computers don't even be making music for us, you know?
right.
I think it's an abomination making music
Yeah.
out of AI, but that's just me. That's the only thing I care about is music. So I mean, it's like I'm kind of biased, but
Well, it's
you know.
it's scary. I mean, it really is scary, especially
very advanced. Yeah,
on
it's
the
very
on
advanced.
Facebook, and they have these guys saying, you know, just sing the first line,
Yeah,
and
let
that's
the
all we
AI
know.
do it.
And then they come up with you singing that whole song, and it's
Yeah,
and
and it's
people are
good.
going, "That's your voice." That's
Right, it sounds good. Yeah.
And it breaks up your voice for all those different
yeah, no.
keys and different notes. It's just that's scary.
Yeah.
But you have nothing to worry about because they're going to have to come up and copy you.
There you go.
So
There you go.
no, I like that. And do you ever say I'm doing this song for you, honey? Have you've written a song for your wife?
I haven't. No.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, shame on you.
She's
You're
listening right now, but
Yeah, you're working on that right
I'm
now.
working
aren't
on
you?
it. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
working on it. I just got to make sure it's perfect.
Yeah, I gotta go in that studio and make sure she's not. And I want it to be a surprise, so she's not listening to the show or
Yeah,
anything.
that's
but-
right.
Is she listening to the show?
I think she is. Yeah.
Did you tell her we'd do it live? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure she's
I'll
in-
probably
in a
forget to
truck
tell
listening.
everybody we're doing this live, and if you want to see him and all that, you got to go to YouTube or irlonestar.com and see us talking right now and live, and because they would never put your face to that voice until they saw you. I mean, I just had that same recollection that all those people that American Got Talent has had for that guy that was the maintenance worker at high school, and they told him to come. You know, the kids kept saying, "You need to go on American Got Talent," and he comes out and he's dressed looks like he probably is the guy that sweeps up at the school, and he starts singing Journey song, and
Really?
it blew everybody away
Wow.
because they said, "Where'd that voice come from?"
Wow.
And he said,
Do
"I
you remember
didn't."
what Journey song?
It was the famous one that oh brother. Okay, can you name some Journey songs?
Did they do "Don't Stop Believing"? Is it "Don't Stop Believe"? That's Journey, right?
Yeah, but how's it start?
Don't stop believe. I don't know how it starts. But
Well, it's like just a
hold on to you now, freedom.
just a home stop. No, just a
Oh,
home,
okay.
just a hometown boy. with
Oh,
my
yeah.
mama, whatever.
That's,
it is.
I think that's the same song. Yeah.
Yeah, at that I'm
It was
telling
a
you,
small town, yeah.
small town girl. Yeah, small town girl.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was. I'm telling you, people, couldn't believe it.
That's
He
awesome.
sounded just like him, and he started, and he couldn't look up at anybody. He couldn't. He had
Oh,
to
yeah.
look down the whole time because he says, And then I saw him again later. He came on, and he's just like jazzed up, and people have got his hair combed, and he's got, just ruined him. No, but
Yeah.
he really does sound like,
That's great.
sound like that. So,
Awesome.
if you want to stand out, that's what you've done. I think that's what that's what they would all say. I know I've watched so many of those things. What they would all say is that, okay, you've got the style, now you have to sell it, you got to go tour, and you got to go do all the shows and stuff like that. Now, can you book a tour? I don't remember how they used to book tours. You had to call
Yeah, I mean,
like the venues and whoever's in charge of it, and they have to hear your stuff, or
yeah, pretty much you can do it independently like that these days. So, whereas you used to have to have like a label, and then they have the people booking it. I mean, you can book it all yourself if you have a little bit of a following, though. So, the venues want you to sort of like pre-sell tickets. So,
right.
For example, a venue would be like, can you sell 40? Can you pre-sell 40 tickets? And then once you do, you take it to them, and then they'll book you for the night and make more, and they'll sell more tickets, things like that. But they just want to know, are you going to be bringing people, and because anything short of that is sort of like an open mic. So like
Right.
they want to. I mean, it's kind of difficult to do if you're just starting out.
Right.
To get to have your own following. It's like, well, how are people going to hear me if I'm not playing out? Sort of like a
Exactly.
how do they hear
It's
me?
a catch-22, yeah.
Catch-22, exactly. So. That's kind of why I'm trying to get out here, like on your show, to try to reach people and to contact me, so that way, if I am selling some pre-sale tickets or things like that, they can go ahead and buy those.
Well,
and,
the
come
other
out and
thing
see my
is
show.
that this is going to go up on YouTube and on to see live, and then OurLoneStar.com.
Right.
And I think that the thing that you have is you have some video to show, and singing your song on the radio when you were on the radio, and so you're like legit now. And we wanted to make you that way.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do, you live in Conroe?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, and there's so many places in Conroe you can play beside the pub, and there's all these restaurants have opened up, and so you can have some good time here.
Yeah.
And then if you go into Houston, though, you start in Houston, that gives you even more on your resume. Like, I played that in Houston, and so you're lucky to get me.
Yeah.
Do you have friends that are musicians here in Conroe, or?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay, now I heard two distinct guitars playing. Were you playing both those?
Yeah.
You did. You played both. That's good. That was really good, because when your lead came in, it was that worked with you. I was trying to hear. You played like bass. You played bass on.
I play the bass on that track as well.
Yeah. And so, but you had no drums or percussion.
No.
Okay, that's good, because I just heard a guy's song, and my grandson, you gotta hear this song. It's so good. And so he started playing it, and all I could hear was the drum. And I went, that drum is ridiculous. I mean, why did they bury that track? Because it was so distracting from him.
Yeah.
And he says, Grandma, you're so old. That's not what you listen to. You're supposed to be listening to what the words were and all that. And I said, well, okay, but that drum was horrible. And I said, don't play it again. It's driving me crazy. And he said, oh, that's so ridiculous. Why are you? I'm going to put my headset back on.
Yeah.
And I said, listen to your music by yourself. But there's so much music out there that is just, it really is. I mean, I do show my age. I was like, because you don't understand what they're trying to say, and the sounds and the different instruments they put together and stuff. It's like a mismatch. But that's just me. I'm just saying it's just me. So it doesn't mean anything else to anybody else. But I do love. That's why I watch the American Got Talent, because so many different people come on, and with different and the way they can. When he holds up his hand, that means stop the music, because this guy is not going to make it, and it's so sad. Or he says, "Do you have another song?" And it's almost like it's prearranged. I'm going to give you this on my voice, and then you're going to say you don't like it, and then they come out and they kill the next song. But I think that if you're going to go big, and you get to go into all the big venues, where would you want to play the most? Would you like to play the most?
As anywhere where I can reach as many people as possible.
Right.
Because I think that I speak for a lot of people my age and things like that, and I just have a unique voice, and I just think people will enjoy my music. So it's anywhere where I can reach as many people as possible, and
Well, you've the fall festivals and all those things like that, and where you know, I was just thinking like where you put you. Have you tried the things up and down the strip at 45? There's a lot of places that have live entertainment, and live entertainment has just come back probably in the last few years because.
Yeah.
You didn't have it as much.
I got a lot of good recommendations from my barber. I mean, she was telling me about like go to like Marshall's, and I mean, yeah, there's a lot of places I have them written down, but like I said,
Good.
I'm just now starting. Like you're the first person I'm starting this publicity with, and as far as booking shows. But I do have a list of people, and I will be calling out to see if they want to hear me, and maybe, yeah.
Okay, and when you win that Grammy, Cindy Cochran, the Cindy Cochran show. She is so.
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, no, and so I'm sure you remember me. So, but anyway, and don't get me wrong, I want to know more about your music journey. But since you're just starting the music journey, will you come back and when you've got something in Conroe you want to push or
Sure.
talk about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you'll come back.
Absolutely.
And then you'll come back and we can talk about plumbing
Okay.
because you're so wanted and needed, and people.
That's true. That's
and
true.
you may get a standing ovation probably more from them than you. They're like the plumber's here,
Yeah.
yay! And so you'll be. That's good to be wanted and anything that you're going to do right now. You've chosen two good fields to be in, and you'll get a lot of attention. So is your wife real supportive of you?
Absolutely, 100%.
Very good.
100%.
That was a good answer because she's listening now. And so does she sing?
No.
No. That's probably better because you don't want that kind of competition.
No, but she is honest though. She is honest.
She's honest.
She's honest, so she'll let me know. She'll let me know.
How
sure.
gently does she work that into?
Oh, she doesn't sugarcoat it. No.
Nikki, that's not right. No.
Yeah.
Is she like? Does she talk about like the pitch isn't there, or does she talk about like I don't like those words? I don't like. What does she?
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, she'll just say you sound off, or like like you sound like you're completely off right there. Yeah, like I said, she doesn't sugarcoat it. She's a law student too, and she's very matter of fact.
Yeah,
she doesn't have her head in the clouds or anything like that.
That's
so
wonderful. No, that's good.
It does help me out. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Sure, it does.
I don't want to get anybody fooled or anything. If my stuff sounds bad, let me know.
Right. Yeah, because what I'm telling you is that there's uniqueness is good, and uniqueness can be bad, but it's such a different sound and feel that you have that this is going to be accepted, or they're going to go like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And because that's why your venues have to be you gotta pick the right venues that and go. Now, do you ever go in and listen and see who's been playing there, and you get a sense for what people like?
I wish I could, but
you just don't have time.
I don't have time. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm working as full time as a journeyman plumber. I mean, it's barely enough just to make time to record an album and stuff, But I'm working at it. Yeah, the more info I can get, the better,
Right.
As far as venues go.
No, that's true. But you go into a lot of people's homes, don't you? Oh, are you going into
as a
people's
service
homes?
plumber? I used to, but no, not anymore. I haven't for like maybe 7-8 years now. I'm more on the commercial side, so like new construction.
Oh, new construction. Okay, so you don't have to deal with anybody.
Right, not anymore. No,
you are so lucky because I would bet you'd have so many fun stories as a plumber, and what's happening behind closed doors. That would be fun. That would be fun. Sometimes we have to explore that and then tell people, because I always complain. Richard will tell you.
Yeah.
I always complain about this, that in high school, why they don't teach you that if you reach back and try and flush the commode and the little thing, the handle goes down, and then you start calling the plumber instead of opening the thing, taking the top off the tank and looking to see if the hook has come undone.
Right.
They don't teach you those common sense things. And then why they tell you to fill the tub up of water, because if there's a storm coming and you're on a septic system or something like that, and you have to have water to put in the tank. Yeah. And that's not a scary thing to open up. And it's just common sense stuff like that. Don't you wish they would teach something like that?
I wish that they would have when I was in high school, and they would have gotten a little bit more of a head start. And and I totally agree with you.
And how many calls you've probably gone into and went like, okay, you know what? Next time this happens, don't think it's all bad. Right. But when I cracked the back of that commode, it was all bad. It wasn't the little thing. I had finally learned that from I think my husband was one that told me about that. He says, "Why don't you?" I said, "You can take that top off."
A little chain got wrapped up.
Yeah. He said, I said, "You can take the top off." He goes, "Yeah." I said, but what's in that water? And he goes, "No, it's fine. It's just the water. It's all
clean
there."
Water in the back. It's clean water in the back. Yeah.
And so to have that, you ought to do your own YouTube show and teach people what not to do or how to help them. Yeah. But get your singing career first done, and then if that doesn't fade, you've got something to fall back on.
All right.
And especially anybody that's a plumber, electrician, or anybody that's like that. That's the going thing. That's the trend right now. And the guy that does Dirty Jobs, show Dirty Jobs. Yeah. And he has gone around the country saying, "Kids, you don't need to go to college. You need to go." Find out, go to a certain place if you feel your heart would lead you to. Yeah. But I don't know. A lot of kids think like, I don't want to deal with it, plumbing but they don't understand the money behind it. It's just and security behind it. Yeah. And you're going to be the best friend to everybody because they're going to want when you try and get, drain your brain about what it is I should do.
Yeah, any trade, anything that's not attached to like the internet, I mean, the internet, who knows how long that's going to be around and things like that. So
or AI or anything like that.
It's like,
who can understand that? Yeah. It's going to be interesting because, it's like I grew up using the telephone. I didn't, it was already invented. I know you're surprised, but it was already invented, and so you just use it and it didn't scare you. But a lot of older people, they didn't want to. How far away do you talk, or how close
Crazy
do you talk?
How fast that advances too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like kids now, the AI and all that stuff. They're not scared of it. They're they love it, and they think this is going to be the next thing. And I can't imagine AI ever creating the robot to go in and fix the commode. I just can't. I can't see that. I don't see it. So maybe I'll be surprised, but I don't think so. So I think you got security wherever way you go. You're going to control your own music, and then if that doesn't work, you got plumbing, and if that doesn't work, you're going to start teaching. You're going to start teaching guitar. That's sure. Have you ever thought about teaching guitar as well?
I actually did used to when I was 18. So I started when I was 10 years old taking music lessons at this music school. By the time I was 18, they hired me as a teacher. So I was basically teaching from 18 to 19. But at the same time, I had a band and I was all in the band's gonna make it and all that stuff. So I neglected my teaching career and. Looking back, I should have stuck with it. Looking back, I was making real money doing teaching, but you know how you are when you're that age, 19, 20 years old, So, I just didn't.
That's why.
See it through.
That's why a lot of those record labels get you because they know you just want to be on stage singing, and I don't care. Yeah. A merch table, and you get you get 75%, and I get that's so. Do you put a lot? Well, when you start touring. You'll have to have a merch table.
Yeah, I'll have to get some designs, I guess. Yeah,
you have to have some plumbing tools out there. Signs. Okay, listen, Nick, Roland, Williams, we're so happy that you came on. And so just one more time, tell them how they can get your music.
Roland W. Singer on an Instagram or look for my single The Crows on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube Music, everywhere after November 27th.
There you go. Very good. Okay, and you'll think that you won't know, you just are going to be blown away once you hear his voice and see him. It's going to be great. Now, you're going to play in Houston when?
This Monday.
This coming Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
At the Mucky Duck.
At the Mucky Duck.
In Houston, yeah.
It has nothing, I mean, I don't know why they changed. Was a name you can't forget. For sure, yeah, for sure. Okay, anyway,
Inside the Loop, yep.
Thank you so much for being here. And at the end of the program, we always thank the first responders. No, I'm pointing at the camera. With first responders and anybody that military, we salute. And so thank you so much. And I hope you call somebody that you love. And if you don't love them and you've had an argument with them, call them anyway and make up with them. It'll be great. Also want to say Chris Wootton, who is our financial advisor. Chris Wootton, the financial advisor, and he has a company called Wootton Financial Group, and they're our sponsor. And I'm losing my voice. Okay, great. Okay. All right. See ya. Bye.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran's show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group,